Alright, quick update on Decentraland. So Decentraland isn't showing too much strength right now. I've been pretty bearish on Decentraland since we did break below this M pattern here at 269, and I am still fairly cautious on it until we do have a big bounce back above the neckline. So in the short term, we are running into the 200-day moving average. Now, bear in mind, obviously Decentraland hasn't been out for the longest time, so it doesn't necessarily have much history on the 200-day moving average on here. Maybe there's a USD chart with Binance and it's been on for longer. Okay, so yeah, I mean, to be fair, the Binance chart is going on a lot longer. It does seem like we pretty well do respect the 200-day moving average. You can see, we were on a big run, we bounced on it, and when we weren't below it, it took us a very, very long time. The second we pumped above it, that was basically the indication that we're going to keep on going bullish. We've back tested it, went somewhat bullish. Obviously this was still a lower high, and in the micro time frame you can still very much argue that we are in a downtrend, but at some point soon we are going to be coming to an apex of these of this moving average and this descending resistance. So in my opinion, we will have an update, or we will have a decision on what Decentraland is going to do in the next 10 days. So in 10 days we will have run to the end of this 200-day moving average and this descending resistance. So I'll switch back over to the Coinbase chart, because this is where I've got all my drawings and all my data. In the short term, we are below the 7.8, or we're below the 618, so the macro structure is bearish for Decentraland. But specifically for the Coinbase chart, and for the most part the Binance chart, we rarely break below the 200-day moving average, and when we do, we kind of chop below and chop above it. So I would really say the 200-day moving average here would be your last line in the sand. We've never closed a daily below it on the Coinbase chart. We've had small wicks below it before, so if we do have a quick fake out to the downside followed by a big push up, I wouldn't be too worried. But like I said, this 200-day is really your last line in the sand. Once we do break below there, we have at least another 22% drop on our hands. So we've got that target basically by extrapolating this M pattern and pulling it down to the breakout level. So if we move this over to here, you can see the breakout level would be all the way down here at 184. So I'm not saying that we are going to come down to 184, but the RSI and the money flow indicator are not looking too healthy right now. There's basically no volume coming in at all. You can see the volume is extremely flat. It saw all of its euphoria basically when the all-time high came in. So this coin moves very quickly and then comes down somewhat slowly. So in my opinion, if we were about to see a big rally, I think we would experience a big pump, something like this, and I'd be much more confident to get in once we do break above this neckline at 269. Until we do have a big rally up like that, I am just going to assume that we are remaining in this downtrend and nothing's changed. So keep an eye on this this level here. What are we on now? So if we have a daily close below we'll round it down a penny or so. If we have a daily close below 233, then in my opinion, we will be setting up for a big dump to the downside. And then, what gets interesting is if we don't hold this level down here where this M pattern is, the only other level we've really got to bounce from is a 27% drop. At that point, we would be below this 786, so all market structure would be broken. And in my opinion, we could even see a retest of the $1 before we do continue bullish momentum. So your number one hope for Decentraland is that Bitcoin is about to have a reversal on this inverse head and shoulders. If Bitcoin does have a strong pump in the next coming days and we do start rallying up something like this, then in my opinion, Mana may have bottomed somewhere around here. But until we do see a strong bounce from the 200-day moving average, like I said, coming in at 233, then for me at least, nothing has changed. So I will be sitting on the sidelines until we do have a breakdown or a break up. And like I said, if we do have a strong bounce from this 200-day, I would need to see us get above the 269, 270 level, and then I'd be much more confident in buying it on spot or entering a long position. So that's basically all I see for Decentraland. If you are holding it, best of luck to you. Once again, none of this is financial advice. This is just my opinion on the market, and you've always got to do what's best for you. Peace.